And we're back.
And we're live.
And we're live.
And we're live.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Yeah.
2 in 1. 2 tea bags and 1 tea bag.
Yeah.
2
Because I already drank my first cup of tea, and I'm done with that tea bag. It's old news now.
It's old news. Yikes.
We got new news here. We're spilling the tea.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, but we are back. You're right about that statement. We've been gone for quite some time, although you wouldn't notice because, you know, these episodes are going to be dropping in sequence. But it's been a couple of weeks since we filmed our last episode, technically.
Yeah, 2 weeks or so.
A good 3 weeks, probably.
Well,
we recorded our episode, then we went and volunteered for our church's kids camp.
yeah. So we were quite busy.
Yeah, but we got to learn some cool new things, you know, new ministry stuff, camera,
How to
media
record
stuff,
a video in slow
how
motion.
to edit a video. I'm still learning, guys.
That's the thing. That's the thing about recording. You
Yeah.
usually do it in slow motion. That's what you do.
Sadly.
We will learn.
Yep. Well, welcome to the Vink and Leather podcast. I'm your host, Vily.
And I'm your host, Mark Schlahovsky.
Joining us today is our good friend, the man behind the scenes, the man with the plan,
The man,
Victor
the myth,
Beloshetsky.
the legend, Victor Beloshetsky. Welcome aboard.
It's good to be here.
Oh, awesome. We're so excited.
You may notice, throughout the episode that we are switching things up a little bit because we also have, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4.
Camera 4.
Yeah.
This is a first, especially with our last episode. I think we only had 2 cameras.
Yeah.
So now we have 2 more cameras.
You may ask, why more cameras? From a standpoint of, cinnamon. I can't say cinnamon. I'm not trying to say cinnamon. I'm trying to say cinematography.
What is the synonym of cinnamon? Synonym of cinnamon.
Try saying synonym, cinema 3 times fast.
Synonym, cinema.
Yeah, exactly.
Cinema.
But it's not a thing of cinematography that we have 2 cameras going on. It's that one continues to just stop recording because, it'll overheat if it keeps on going. It's just not made for recording that long. So we're looking to upgrade it at some point soon, but this is how we're doing things now. We're jerry-rigging.
But that's why we need you guys.
We need you to like. We need you to comment. We need you to share.
And give us pop filters. Because every once in a while there'll be a pop. And that's because of you guys.
Pop.
You need to do your part.
Do your part.
Do your pop.
Anyway.
Villimir, what did you bring to the table? I don't see anything. What'd you bring to the table today?
That's a good cue. Good cue.
That is a good cue. You didn't bring these coasters, did you? Because
I brought my journal this time. The last time I forgot it.
Oh, you did forget it.
But give me a number.
Between 1 and 32.
Yeah.
32. Get it out. What'd you bring to the table?
Actually, just.
I hope you guys realize that the majority.
2.
Yeah. Wow. These are actually I have no idea what's in this right now. It's a complete mystery. So all I see is just 2 Pandora bags. Complete mystery.
It is a mystery.
A genuine mystery.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love for you to explain.
I'm not going to.
Oh. Well, it would be preferable if you explain.
Preferable. I will explain towards the end of the episode. But at the moment, we shall leave it as Pandora's box. You'll be wondering, curious, what is in there?
What is in there?
What is going on? Who is it for? Is it part of the giveaway?
Oof. See, now I can't wait. I bet you guys can't wait either.
But
and we have to wait till the end of the episode. And that's the end of the episode. So, Vily, what was in those boxes?
Don't worry about it.
Now I can't wait.
Mark, what'd you bring to the table
What
today?
did I bring to the table?
Please share. Show and tell.
What did I bring to the table? It's not
Kindergarten
bread.
all over again.
It's not bread. It's not journals.
I was hungry.
It's not light bulbs either. Definitely not light bulbs. It is my statistics test.
The math test.
Just one statistics test. I wouldn't necessarily say that math is my strongest suit.
Why'd you bring the math test?
Why did I bring the math test? Because I got an A+ on it. I got
Did you?
100%. yeah, you scroll through that.
Dang.
Just just don't look.
Look at all that. We need to have Victor take a look at it. He's our math expert.
He's our fact checker.
Fact check.
He's our new fact checker.
Please. Fact check. It's not real math. Oh, we're gonna trigger some people.
Oh,
Here we go.
The engineering degree. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Now I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Why did you bring your math
Why
test?
did I bring the math test? Because I worked hard. I worked hard, and I ended up getting a 100%, which
That's good.
is pretty good. I'd say that is a pretty good.
Would you say that it's excellent?
I would say that yes, I would say that it is excellent. I love like whenever you get like 100% on a test, and the teacher's just like 100 exclamation point, excellent, like underline it like 3 times. And you're just
Yeah.
like, wow, there's something about it. So yeah, I worked hard for it, and I got 100%.
That's awesome. That brings us actually to today's topic. Today we are going to be talking about the topic of excellence.
The note of excellence. Starting off on the note of excellence.
You may be wondering, you're taking a look around, and we're still kind of jerry-rigging things a little bit here and there, but we're on the up and up as each episode progresses. You're taking a look at the previous episodes, and you're thinking, wow, they've come far, and it's going to keep getting better. Mind you, when we first started this podcast, when we were first thinking about it, we were like, oh man, I can't wait to get started. So we did. We came into this room, we came into the studio, and we sat down. Okay, so we're using these mic stands and stuff right now, but
yeah, we literally just jerry-rigged everything.
we didn't have like a legitimate camera. We filmed on the iPhone, which
is okay.
it's okay. No, it shoots great quality stuff, but we set up the iPhone not even like on an iPhone stand or anything like that. We put it on a camera stand somehow, like this clasp thing. I put it in there. I actually got my the thing from the car that holds the GPS. I jerry-rigged that to the mic stand, put that together, and we were like, okay, let's go.
We were so excited to start.
It looked nothing like this,
It
actually.
looked absolutely nothing like this. We were so very much ready to start.
In a rush.
And I just came from work, and I was looking at Vily. We're like, yeah, let's start this podcast. Vily pulls out, once again, like the GPS, like that magnet GPS thing that you just throw on your car. He throws that, and he throws it on a mic stand. We just
get to go.
And we were just like, you know what? We're going places.
Run and gun. We're going places. And we recorded our first episode.
We're so excited.
And then we lost that episode.
So then what did we do after that?
Technical difficulties.
What did we do after that?
We decided we would record it again, even though we were on the brink of despair. We recorded it again. And then we decided later on, a couple episodes in, that we weren't going to show it because, you know what? We want to leave off or start off on a note of excellence, which is where we're aiming at now. Here's a clip for you to take a look. As you can see, towards the end of the video, the camera was tilting and stuff because the mic stand was just not holding the weight and everything well. Yeah, it was bad. The shaky quality, the mic quality was not good. Nothing was good.
Yeah, I think that's just how we are. We usually try to strive for perfection.
Yeah.
And we saw it, and we knew we could do way better. So what did we do? We went down to business.
We came back and decided we're going to do a podcast, and we're going to do it legit. And so that's what we did. Take a look around you. All this stuff, boom. Take a look at how we did it. you see, that's the work that we put into, this studio. We put our blood, sweat, and tears, some time, some money into it.
Yeah. Once again, we really wanted to start off on that note of excellence. And there's definitely a sense of fulfillment that comes after accomplishing something that you strive for. So that's what we did. This whole place. Just for you guys.
So, talking about excellence, diving right in. So when we hear the word excellence, what comes to mind?
What does come to mind?
What does come to mind?
If you were to think of like imagery, what would be like the image of excellence? Just a ray, like a sunshine. Just
a ray of sunshine.
You're just like, wow, there's something about...
we always pick these abstract topics to talk about.
We really do.
It's never like a concrete thing that we're...
I feel like those are the best things to talk about,
but,
though.
Excellence. When I think about it, a couple things come to mind. Like a gold standard of sorts. I start to think of, people who... you could say you take a look at their lives in different aspects. Each one in a different area of life was excellent. Let's take a look at Alexander the Great, for example. Great general. He was a man of excellence in, conquering and being a great, bold leader. We take a look at,
obviously people from the Bible. We take a look at Daniel, where he came from and how he ended up being a person of excellence that people looked up to.
Yeah, Scripture says he had a spirit of excellence, among other things there. He was wise in all this, but he strove for excellence in everything that he did, He does come to mind when I hear of the word excellence.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He was one of the top dogs of his time.
Yeah.
He's very talented. He was very wise. The Bible says that he was very gifted.
No one else was like him.
Yeah. God gave him learning and skill in all letters and understanding. So he was very wise. He was very humble about his talents too. I feel like that's another key thing.
That's another key thing. Yeah, definitely. But when I think of excellence, that's kind of like what comes to mind, and a bunch of like synonyms. Synonym.
But yeah, if we just pull all these different people together, there's definitely a list of different qualities and attributes that we can see within all these different people. So what are some good qualities that you can find in some of these people? Different qualities and attributes.
I guess it's a thing of talking about virtue, like on the last episode we spoke about virtue. Not every person is virtuous in the same way. Not every person is excellent in the same way. Like we were just comparing, Daniel was not like Alexander. Alexander was not like Daniel. We're not talking about like Thomas Edison. We're not talking about, Nikola Tesla, Elon Musk today. Like people of excellence from different areas of life, and known for excellence in different things.
True.
So, I guess there should be something that ties it all together, though, because like when you're striving for excellence, you're striving for like a perfection of sorts. You're striving to kind of like maintain a gold standard. You're trying to achieve a high caliber. You set the bar high and you like achieve that goal.
Yeah.
Excellent people.
Even stemming from the synonym of excellence, greatness. Like that's the key word that like comes to mind whenever I think of excellence. I think of somebody or something that is great, something that achieves the pinnacle of greatness. So, even for myself, a lot of different qualities and attributes that we can see in these excellent people. Such as huge self-discipline.
Yeah.
Self-discipline. And we can I love how we pick a topic and then we create like subtopics like within this topic, and we're like, wow, we could really like build a whole episode just on this. So we could literally build a whole episode just on these qualities and attributes.
300 episodes later, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back. Don't you guys worry. But self-discipline. is one. Resilience.
Resilience, yeah, that's a good one.
That's another entirely different thing we can dive into. Resilience, and just like whenever things don't go your way, it doesn't. It affects you, but you learn from it.
The ability to overcome adversity.
Adversity. Positive mindset. I guess that kind of goes within resilience too, in a way. But regardless, within everything, just having that positive mindset. And something that I've always noticed is people that have this sense of excellence have a greater sense of self-esteem. Like they are secure. They are secure in their values. And most importantly, they are secure in what they're striving for. You know, they're not insecure of like what they think that people might say, but they're so like found in their values that they're able to achieve a greater level of excellence and greatness because of their confidence in everything. So
brings me to another question here. Do you think that today people are striving for, you know, that pinnacle that we're just describing? Do you think people are striving for excellence more now in today's day than they were before, or
well, that kind of goes, yeah, I mean, I feel like excellence is something that can always be talked about, you know? And I would say that, you know, excellence has definitely shifted, and this generation, you know, could definitely use a little bit more insight onto excellence, even just like discussing it. And that goes for, and it's not even something to be something so political about. It's literally everybody can use a little bit of insight into excellence, you know, myself, yourself, you guys watching. Like, it doesn't need to be political. We can always strive for excellence within this generation.
I just rattled off a bunch of like famous names like that everybody and their mother knows, right? Yeah. So then, and we're like, oh shoot, well these guys, they're excellent. Like they were super talented. They were hardworking and so forth. And I guess let's put it to Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo. Like, let's
Who
say
wasn't taught by Aristotle.
You are Joe Schmo. You weren't taught by Aristotle. You weren't raised in the aristocracy of the French. You weren't.
Well, like Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was also taught by Aristotle, actually.
Yeah, that is the truth there. Interesting, huh?
But once again, not everybody is taught by such a philosopher.
Yeah, Joe Schmo looks at TED Talks and YouTube videos instead.
Hey, which is still good.
Still good. No,
I watch TED Talks.
But it's a different thing going on right here. So bringing it down from like all these people that we were talking about that are excellent. And let's take it to the average person, the top of the bell curve, right?
The top of the bell curve.
Can average people be excellent?
Can average people be excellent?
What does it take for an average person to be excellent? I mean, you know, do you have to achieve mastery somewhere in order to be considered excellent?
Like the whole jack of all trades, master of none kind of deal?
Maybe. Well, hey, I mean, that's another thing right there. So the quote goes, jack of all trades, master of none. And what most people don't know is that there's like a second part to the quote. Is master... Blah, blah, blah. Jack of all trades, master of none is oftentimes better than master of one.
Jack of all trades, master of none is better than...
Oftentimes better than master of one. Huh. So like that's actually a quote that says the person who is able to do a lot of things is oftentimes going to be better than the person who can only do one thing. I mean, you can make argument go both ways, obviously. But yeah, most people today, you know, they're not masters of something, like one thing. Some people are, you know, like you want to be a doctor, you go to master medicine. That's your skill, that's your trade. Electrician, you better hope that you're mastering it.
Yeah. Burn your entire house down. I would hope you're excellent in electricity.
I wonder, can electricians be colorblind?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I'm not sure how like the whole test and certificates
Victor,
work.
Look this up.
Victor, can you look? Finally, we can use that. So electricians.
So we're talking about this,
yeah.
But like, not everybody goes for that. You go to, you go for a bachelor's degree. You go for, you know, you get like a general business degree or something like that, and then you come out of college and you have 500 followers on Instagram. You work 40 hours a week. You go home. You have like 2 pets and so forth. You start a small family.
And you're just going through the cycle of life here, man.
You're going through the cycle. Yeah, I'm going through the cycle of life. I'm trying to illustrate a point here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You have a couple hobbies. You go fishing, whatever. And like you're doing all of these different things. But can somebody take a look at you and say that you are excellent?
Well, were you trying to strive for greatness the entire time?
I guess that is a question.
It seems like you're just going for your average life right there. I mean,
but then here's the other point. So you could be excellent at what you do. Excellent, be an excellent doctor. You're striving for that, right?
Sure.
And you want to, like, especially if you're going to be a master of one, you want to be excellent at that one thing because, like, you've kind of, burned all other ships and that's your one thing. So you better hope, like, your pot, you put all the money in the pot, you're watching that pot, you better hope it succeeds.
I would hope so. I most certainly hope so.
However, the person who spreads their eggs across multiple baskets, they have a bunch of different things going on. Maybe they're not going to achieve the level of mastery that, like, this person that we can consider excellent in his or her field. But can that person be excellent in the many things that they take on? Or maybe we don't have to tie it to profession at all.
Yeah. What does it mean to be excellent in different areas?
So you, with your math test, like, which we just took a look at.
Sure.
Like,
100%.
Right?
100%.
What did you do to get that grade?
I went home and I sat down on my desk and I did a billion math problems, which somebody else didn't have to do, but I had to work for it, and I achieved an A. I guess that kind of even stems into, like, is excellence, I wouldn't say a mindset, but there's different standards for excellence. Like, for me, like, that is something, that statistics test, I worked hard for it and I got an A. Wow, that's great. And then, like, there was somebody who didn't have to work hard for it and they got an A and they're like, oh, that was an easy test. Like, I wouldn't consider that to be so excellent. So, like, how do we draw the standard of greatness?
Let's take a look at mindset. If you said it's a mindset type of thing, right? If you're striving for excellence in everything that you're going to be doing, you're trying to do the best that you can. Like, you're trying to hit the best of your abilities. I guess somebody who is talented may not have to try as hard, may not have to, like, do so much work, and they could achieve the same results. But at the same time, you could say they don't know what the worth of, like, the work. They don't know,
Yeah.
potentially, if everything always comes easy to you, and,
Wow, you're just an excellent person. Everything comes right.
But is that excellence, or is that, like, I guess, if a person is so talented, then they could achieve even more, right?
Exactly.
They could go and strive for higher stuff. But if they always, like, are at their, that level of where, like, I'm not trying, I'm getting A's and everything else, I'm, everything comes easy to me.
Take a more difficult math class.
I don't need to do that, but, like, I'm here,
Yeah. I guess
it's not even a thing of excellence anymore because you're not reaching the full potential that you could be reaching. You could argue that that person is not very excellent. On the other hand, you could say that he is, but I would argue he's just talented or gifted.
Is pushing for the stride of excellence futile? Because there's always, I mean, hate to say it, there usually is going to be somebody that is more excellent than you within a certain thing, Is it futile?
Well, the question is that okay? Is that okay for you? Knowing that there's always going to be somebody who's faster, stronger, better, smarter,
That's just the
prettier.
Condition. Yeah.
That's just the way life is. I guess that's another test of, excellence, whether you can carry yourself with this air of excellence where, you aren't getting jealous of the person's success.
True.
That's another test of excellence right there. But Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo. Even in your average life, you can achieve excellence by aiming for hitting the best in anything that you're going to be doing.
Something that was told to me, or just something that I heard, was like not necessarily looking at people that are better than you, but usually it is yourself that you're trying to get better at. So what are you trying to improve? You're trying to improve yourself. So who are you trying to compete against? It's yourself. It's the person who you were the day before. So like I feel like the biggest development doesn't even really stem from, it stems from what we see in other people, but kind of the development within yourself and how you can be better the next day, how you can set yourself up for a better future.
Are you today better than the you of yesterday? Is the you of tomorrow going to be better than the you of today? 5 years from now, are you going to be better than you today? Bless you, Victor.
Bless you, Victor.
And God bless all of you.
God bless all of you. No, but that's actually the question that I've been asking myself recently. 100%. That's definitely the question that I've been asking myself recently. And it really changes things. It definitely does. You see who you are today, and you're like, okay, who was I yesterday? What are some ways that I can improve on myself? What are some things maybe I lashed out on somebody? You know, maybe I wasn't so self-disciplined, or maybe I didn't wake up on time. I hit snooze a million times. How can I improve myself today, and how can I set myself up for tomorrow? I feel like that's something that, once again, we as a generation kind of need to hear more of. And once again, it doesn't need to be so political. It doesn't need to be, like, oh man, why is he saying this? Why our generation? But it's something that we're stepping up for ourselves and setting up for, once again, the next generation, what they're going to be striving for. Yeah, excellence.
So, I guess the question is, do you view yourself as an excellent person?
Do I view myself as an excellent person? I feel like it's definitely a work in progress, at least for myself. Once again, there's still so much I can improve. There's still so much I can improve on today for me to be an excellent person tomorrow. There's a lot of room for improvement for myself. That's something that, I guess I'm trying to hold myself to a standard where I do achieve excellence. Do we ever achieve excellence then? If we're always striving to be better and trying to be more great, do we really ever achieve excellence?
That's the question of, are you trying to achieve an end goal, or are you continuing on a journey? Are you on this path?
Well, let's say it's a path, because end goal objectives, they come and go. But
Every day.
The greater question here lies more so in the path of life, the cycle of life that you just went through. How can I better myself? And the end goal that is, death.
How can I be a more excellent father? How can I be a more excellent husband? How can I be an excellent employee, student? All these different facets of life that you could take a look at, and ask yourself the question: are you excellent, or are you reaching for excellence where you are?
Are we excellent podcasters? Work in progress. But
I hope we will be.
Continue to develop into those who are great. And even just going into, the people that we consider to be excellent, the people that we see that have, this atmosphere of greatness, like how much that really changes the room, and how that shifts to the person next to you.
How does the excellence of one person affect everybody else around them? That's another good question there. I have an example to bring up here too. Mind you, I may not be quoting it exactly, or I'm paraphrasing off of this person, but a couple years ago, I was still in college, and I was listening to one preacher, one pastor, Erwin McManus of Mosaic Church. Enjoy his sermons. It's really awesome. And he brought up I think he was talking about Kobe. May have been Michael Jordan.
LeBron James.
But who plays for the Lakers? Because like he really likes the Lakers.
Kobe Bryant or
So I think it was Kobe that he was talking
Shaq.
about there.
Yep.
Yeah. So he was talking about how Kobe in one season, he got awarded like the MVP award or something like that for that season or that year. Now, mind you, you take a look at like him during the season and him in prior seasons and so forth. He didn't handle the ball as much in that season as he did in other seasons. He didn't potentially score. I believe what he was saying was he didn't score as many points like that he did in a different season. These different things where he could have been better. This wasn't his like best season.
And yet he was awarded
this MVP or whatever it was. Now you take a look at how the Lakers were playing prior to him and then with him, and if you could see an improvement, which they did, he brought an air of excellence to everybody else around him. The team with him was playing much better than they were without him. He himself didn't have to handle the ball. He himself didn't have to, take the shots and, like even be on the basketball court itself.
Yeah, of course.
Even being on the bench, his team was on another level. He was the kind of person, Erwin goes on to say, that brought out the excellence of others around him, brought out the greatness in the others that are around him. So, bringing this point to our topic, there are people out there that they can walk into a room, they can, join a conversation, and there's a shift, like their aura, their manner,
their whole
something
atmosphere.
like the whole atmosphere changes because they are in that room. You get around people sometimes. Have you ever been around a person where, you're always feeling tense, on edge?
Yeah.
Or like you're like, oh shoot, I gotta walk on eggshells, make sure like I don't say the wrong thing, or
Yeah, of course.
And then, what a contrast! Like there are other people that you can be on the same team with.
Yeah.
And you improve, whether it's in music, somebody, comes on with that excellent spirit. Somebody in basketball.
Completely shifts the game.
Whatever it is. That single person, that leader, you could say, shifts everything, not only for himself or herself, but for everybody around them, raising the level to the next step.
Yeah. It's definitely intense whenever, you have, just one individual that can completely shift the atmosphere of the room. Everybody's posture's changing. They're like, oh, okay, he's entered this room. And now, like, once again, this aura of greatness, of excellence, boom, like the room becomes a little bit more like, oh, okay, he's here. He's in this room. He or she, they're in this room. And like, if somebody were to walk in this room right now, maybe we'd be like, oh man. So once again, even just somebody like Kobe or whoever joined the Lakers, somebody that has this aura of excellence, joins the team, uplifts the entire team to the next level, and they're able to achieve greatness.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. How one individual can infect.
In effect.
It's
not a virus.
Affect versus affected. But yeah.
Effect.
And how it goes both ways, where it's like then the next person will be like more excellent, and then it becomes like this vicious cycle that they're both, the whole team is able to kind of shift around that and uplift each other.
Is it a vicious cycle?
A vicious cycle. Well, I mean, once it gets the ball rolling,
good cycle.
It's a good cycle. I would say it's
aggressive cycle.
I would say it's a vicious cycle.
Oh, okay.
Once you get the ball rolling, you can't stop. You can't stop the Lakers. You know.
Victor, do you agree? Do you like the Lakers?
Victor only likes the Steelers, and he can't wait for the
The
Steelers.
Steelers do not play basketball.
The Steelers play football, and Victor likes football.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's a cycle that begins to grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, you know, going back to how we as a generation can also strive to achieve excellence, and how we can uplift the people next to us to also, you know, have an objective, have a purpose for life. And, you know, obviously we know that purpose, regardless, to bring positivity and to strive for excellence.
Strive for that caliber. Yeah. I guess the question is, how can we, like, let's take a look at it practically. How do I become excellent? What steps do I take?
What steps do I take?
Yeah.
First step is, once again, looking back at who you were yesterday.
Examine yourself.
Examine yourself. I think it's a constant checking. It's a constant checking. And, like, within every scenario, like, you look at yourself, and then, you know, maybe you just finished off a conversation that you were, you know, potentially rude to somebody. You're like, dang, I really wish I hadn't said that, you know. And how we can develop and grow through those different situations. So a constant self-reflection, I think.
Constant self-reflection, so you can continue to grow. Effort and ability. If you have the ability, you know, aim for that.
Yeah.
If you can put in more effort, I would argue that you should. In the majority of aspects. If even something as simple as cleaning a house, right? You want to clean it well.
Yeah.
With excellence. You can think, well, okay,
excellence.
dude, come on. Like, that's not something of excellence. But I would argue that it is.
I agree.
The way that you do small things is going to build up, like, how you handle everything else in your life. If you are excellent, you know, in all of these smaller things, you're going to be excellent in the bigger things too. So clean your car, clean your closet, make sure that you're shaving, you know, good hygiene.
Yeah. No, that's interesting you brought up that point. My brother always told me that, like, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter, like, whatever you're doing, make sure that you are being the best at it, you know, or make sure that you are trying your best at it. So even if it's like vacuuming, or like, I remember like just vacuuming my carpet, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just actually go in and out. And then eventually it ended up becoming a mindset that completely shifted my entire life. You know,
you want to do it well.
I
mean, we hope that our doctors are excellent when we go to the hospital, right? They're not trying to, you know, do half the job. We hope that the electricians that wire our houses, they're doing things to the best of their abilities, striving for excellence, and not just like, that'll do.
I would certainly hope that you're not a CEO that is a bum, but like, obviously,
we know that happens.
Yeah, but regardless, we see these CEOs and these people that, you know, we consider to be excellent. You know, they're able to define their objectives and define clear objectives. And wow, I'm sounding like a college professor all over again.
Yeah, get to the point.
But yeah, these people are able to develop routine. They're able to be self-disciplined. You know, going back to that self-discipline once again. A doctor is a doctor because they went through all this hard work to achieve their level of education that they have to that day. So that's another key thing. Once again, going back into the qualities and attributes of a excellent person is self-discipline. You know, even for myself, going back into like way back when, this is like 3 or 4 years ago, I was 215 pounds. 215 pounds.
Dang.
And
Muscle?
No. This was 215 pounds of not muscle. Whatever muscle is, bone. It was just like fat and bone and all that stuff. Okay, 215 pounds, and within 3 to 4 months, Victor can attest to this. Within 3 to 4 months, I dropped down to 155 pounds.
Dang, is that even healthy?
60 pounds. Well, that's the thing. is that even healthy? I mean, like, I guess
You're alive and well.
I'm alive and well, and I was able to achieve, a high degree of athleticism just because of my self-discipline. I would watch what I eat. I watched every single calorie that would enter my body. And within 3 to 4 months of me just like absolutely cutting these pieces of bread in half to make sure I don't have this caloric intake, it allowed me to cut so significantly and achieve this high degree of athleticism, I guess. This excellence degree of taking care of your body, and that all stemmed from just myself being self-disciplined in that area. So yeah, big quality and something that you can improve to develop for your tomorrow is self-discipline.
Self-discipline. Aim for self-discipline in all aspects of your life.
In all aspects of your life.
Yeah. Something that I'm still learning to do, going on.
Yeah. I think it's also another thing that can help too.
What?
Is very often we try to be great in things that we don't necessarily enjoy. How much easier it is to be excellent in something whenever you're truly passionate about it.
You could say the reverse, though, that if you're good at something, then you are more likely to enjoy it.
Okay. But regardless, stemming, it's not necessarily reverse. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I know what you're going at.
Yeah, anyways, to be passionate about something, Actually, that is a kind of interesting way to look at it.
No, yeah, because, okay, you could say that you're not going to enjoy doing one job. Let's say you have been passionate all your life about cinematography, but you went into medicine.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it pays the bills. It gets the job done. Like I'll have finance. And you become good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Will you enjoy it? Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. So like you're more likely to enjoy it, I would say, if you become good at it. Like with sports even. You're not going to enjoy volleyball if you suck. But once you like become good at it.
But you become sometimes you can become good at it by having that passion, having that spark. You don't instantly get somewhere.
But maybe you become passionate as you gain that skill level from like continually practicing and so forth. It becomes enjoyable to you, and then you grow that passion. I guess
it varies.
Yeah, you could go both ways on this.
Sometimes they don't often go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying how much easier it is to become excellent in something.
I agree.
Yeah.
Being excellent in something that you have always enjoyed, whether it's a hobby, whether, it's a career. If you go into something that you actually like wanted to do as a child, for example, I don't know.
Yeah.
You had a certain, skill.
Finding your niche.
You found your niche, yeah.
Another subtopic that we can really dive into. Finding
niches and nooks.
Niches and nooks.
And crannies.
And crannies. But yeah. I love this topic of excellence. I really do.
It's a good topic.
It really is.
Yeah. So, how can you strive to be excellent? Reflect. Reflect on yourself. Become better than yourself. You're competing with you, not with me, not with Mark, not with anybody else that is around you, but you're aiming to become your best version of yourself.
Your own competitor.
Your own competitor. Yeah. Do that. Try.
Put some effort
anything
to it.
that you do.
You gotta put some effort to it.
Put effort into
all of your effort into it.
Put effort into anything that you do. Like don't do the half job, Do it well. Do things well. Steward things that are given to you, whether it's a responsibility, whether like you are given a car, your father gives you a car like for a month or so, goes on vacation. Hey, hold on to this. Make sure it's clean. You want to steward it well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'll that take?
What'll it take?
What'll it take?
What'll it take to get the job done?
Can you self-reflect is the big question. Can you put in the effort? Can you have that self-discipline?
And it all starts somewhere too. Even within our podcast, we started somewhere. We have cameras, cameras going everywhere. We got cameras going on slow motion. We got, all these different things. But we looked at it and we planted a seed. We're able to reflect, able to develop, and one day it will become this mighty tree.
Mighty tree.
And that comes through self-reflection. Once again.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Aim for excellence.
Straight out of a textbook.
I read it in Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
Back into the commencement speech.
Commencement speeches, yeah.
That
brings us to the end of our podcast episode number 3.
We're glad you guys joined us today. And that's it.
Thanks for joining us. Is it?
Is that it? I was going to ask.
What are you going to ask?
I was going to ask, Vily, what'd you bring to the table?
Oh! We almost forgot.
I didn't. I was thinking about it 5 minutes ago and 10 minutes ago.
Were you? I'm wrapping things up and, keeping you in
You
anticipation.
can't do this. If you do this, I'm just going to walk out.
If I do this?
If
I don't do anything?
If you don't do anything. If you do nothing. So, what'd you bring to the table?
What did I bring to the table?
What did you bring to the table?
In front of us, we have Pandora. Pandora's box, you could say. We don't know what's inside.
We don't know what's inside.
Maybe we do. Maybe I do. Maybe you don't.
Who knows? Get to the point.
Get to the point. You want to open the box.
I do.
Now, some of you may know that we had a giveaway. The Pandora's box isn't a giveaway. What is it?
What is the big reveal?
The big reveal. So, I have some weekend plans. I'm going to be going to Erie. We're going to be celebrating some birthdays, actually. Because, we've had, 4 different birthdays. Honestly, one sister, beginning of the month, middle of the month, we had our anniversary, actually, me and Sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second wedding anniversary. Time flies.
Time flies.
Yeah, the day after that, my other sister's birthday, and then, a couple weeks later, my dad's birthday. Jeez. I'm missing all these birthdays. So, we're coming to Erie this weekend, and we're going to celebrate all of these birthdays. On Sunday. And these gifts are gifts for somebody, but not for their birthday. Actually, we're doing a big reveal.
How big is the reveal?
Huge. Victor, we're pregnant.
I know.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Oh no. Cut. So, big news for you. I mean, it's not even big news because by the time this episode airs, the big news is already going to be out. But that's what it is in these boxes, in the Pandora's box. I got some charms for my mom and Sphere's mom, that are symbolic of a baby. Wow. Actually, it's like a small little teddy bear with a pacifier and a little heart, like a dangle charm. It's cute.
Wow.
For our dads, we got shirts that say Ded, D-E-D, Ded, in Russian, which translates to Grandpa.
Wow.
And so we're going to surprise everybody. We're going to come up, and my dad's going to open the present, and it's going to be a shirt that says Grandpa. I'm going to get a reaction video on this camera right here. It's going to be great.
Man, you are going to make an excellent father, Billy.
Thanks, man.
We
can do some dad joke episodes later.
We will do some dad jokes episodes later.
But that's our big news.
I'm so excited.
And that's what these gifts are for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Billy Mirror.
Until next time. Signing off.
I'm your host, Mark Schlahovsky.
And I'm your host, Vily Klosnichenko. Peace.
Bro, I'm so mad my sister spoiled it yesterday.
She spoiled it yesterday?
Perfect.
Dude!
But either way, you're having a kid.
Dude!